students, welcome to Vidya Mirat. This video is made for class 8 on chapter number 6, squares and square roots, and today we are going to begin with exercise 6.3 from NCERT. Question number 1. What could be the possible ones digit of the square root of each of the following numbers? Now we are given the numbers, we need to find out its square root, that where that ones digit will come. The number given to us is 9801. Now I need to think on where 1 can come on squaring. That means if I do 1 into 1, then 1 will come. If I do 9 into 9, 81 and 1 will come. That means if I want to take the square root of 9801, that number of ones digit can be 1 also or 9 also, because at both the places 1 can come. Next number is 99856. Now we need 6 at the end. Where can 6 come? 4 into 4, 16. 6 into 6, 36. So the number can be the square root of 99856, maybe 4 or 6 at its ones place. 998001. Again 1 is there. So 1 can come either at the 1 or it can be 9. 657 66025. 5 can only come for 5 square, that is 25. So the number has to be 5 at its ones place for the square root. Without doing any calculation, find the numbers which are surely not perfect square. We know the rule that the numbers which are ending with 2, 3, 7 or 8, they are not the perfect squares. So let us look at the numbers. 153. So this is ending with 3. That means it will not be a perfect square. 257. This is ending with 7. 408 ending with 8. So it cannot be a perfect square. And 441. It is ending with 1. With 1. So it can be a perfect square, because if you remember, 1 can come, 9 9s are 81. So 1 can come at the end. Find the square roots of 100 and 169 by the method of repeated subtraction. Now what is repeated subtraction? We will subtract the numbers with the consecutive odd numbers. So we should know what are odd numbers. We will start with 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 and so on. We will keep on subtracting the number till we get 0 at the end. So let us start 100. So 100 minus 1. The first odd number is 1. So we will subtract with 1, we get 99. Now 99, we will subtract 3 from it. So after 1, 3 will come. That comes 96. So 96 minus 5. After 3, the next odd number is 5. Like this and so forth, we will get 0 at the end. And when you see in this, you have used 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, 15, 17 and 19. These are total 10 odd numbers. So that will be your answer. The number of odd numbers that you are using for subtracting, that will be the square root of that number. Which means square root of 100 will be equal to 10. There are 10 times odd numbers subtracted. Next number is 169. We will start from 1 and keep subtracting till we get 0. So 169 minus 1, we get 168. 168 minus 3, we get 165. 165 minus 5 gives 160. 160 minus 7 gives 153. Like this, we will keep on subtracting the next odd numbers till we get 0. So we are getting 0 on the when we subtract 25 from 25. That means there are total 13 odd numbers in this row. So the square root of 169 will be 13. Find the square root of the following numbers by the prime factorization method. Now we all know what is prime factorization method. I have solved it on the right hand side. You can see it is getting multiplied with 3 for 729 and goes on till we reach 1. So how many 3's are there? For the square roots, we will make their pair. So that means I will write it in a form of 3 square into 3 square into 3 square. Whatever squares we have, we will pick one from it. So from 3 square I took out 1 3, another 3 square I again took out 1 3, and the last 3 square I took out 1 3. So we can see that we have formed 3 pairs of 3. So 3 into 3 into 3 gives you 27. That means square root of 729 is equal to 27. Next, prime factors of 400. So look at the table. You will see that we have pair of 2 times and we have 1 5 pair. So we will pick up 1 from each. So it becomes 2 into 2 into 5, which is 20. So square root of 400 is 20. 1764. So it has started with 2. We have 2 2's, 2 3's, 2 7's. Pick one from each. So 2 into 3 into 7 gives you 42. So square root of 1764 is 42. 4096. So it is a very long one. Don't get confused here. Slowly and slowly you do it. If you see, you are having in this 6 pairs of 2. That means there are 12 2's in this. 6 pairs of 2 means I will multiply 2 6 times. 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 gives you 64. So the square root of 4096 will be 64. 7744. Now let us look here the table. We have pair of 2 3 times and we have one pair of 11. So 3 times 2, 2 into 2 into 2 into 11 gives you 88. So the square root of 7744 is 88. 9604. Here we have one pair of 2 and there are 2 7's, 2 pairs of 7. So we can say 2 into 7 into 7, that gives you 98. So square root of 9604 is 2 into 7 into 7, 98. 5929. So we have one pair of 7 and one pair of 11. That means 7 into 11, that is 77. 9216. So it's a very long prime factorization. Do it very carefully. You will have 10 2's. That means 5 pairs of 2 are there and 1 pair of 3. So that means you will do 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 into 2. 5 times 2 will be multiplied with 3. That gives you 96. So square root of 9216 will be 96. 529, we have only one pair of 23. So square root of 529 is 23. Next, 8100. So 8100, if you look here, you have one pair of 2 and 2 pairs of 3 and one pair of 5. That means I can write it as 2 square into 3 square into 3 square into 5 square. I can pull out one from each. That means 2 into 3 into 3 into 5, which is 90. Otherwise also you can check it from your mind. 9 into 9 is 81. There are 2 zeros. 10 into 10 is 100. So that means I can pull out 1. Now, for each of the following numbers, find the smallest whole number by which it should be multiplied so as to get a perfect square number. Also find the square root of the square number so obtained. Now here we are going to use the same method which we were doing earlier. But these numbers are not perfect square. We have to make it a perfect square. The question is by what number we should multiply it to make it a perfect square. So let's see over here. 252, its prime factors. You have a pair of 2, you have a pair of 3, but 7 is alone here. Because 7 doesn't have any pair, we will multiply 7 on my both sides. That means 252 will be multiplied by 7 equal to the prime factors multiplied by 7. So 7 will have pair now. So 252 multiplied by 7 becomes 1764. Its square root will be 2 into 3 into 7, which is 42. Next, prime factorization of 180. Now 180, when I look at the factors, it has pair of 2, it has pair of 3, but 5 is alone in this picture. So what I will do? I will multiply my left hand side and right hand side with 5. 180 multiplied by 5 on my right hand side. Now 5 has a pair with it. So I can pull one of the factors, that is 2 into 3 into 5. So left hand side 182 into 5 becomes square root of 900, that is 30. Third part. Let's find the prime factors of 1008. Here you see we have pairs of 2, one more 2 is there and 1 3 is there, but 7 is standing alone. It doesn't have any pair. So we will be multiplying with 7 on both the sides. 1008 multiplied by 7 gives you 7056. So square root of 7056 will be 2 into 2 into 3 into 7, which is 84. Next number is 2028. Now here when I do the prime factors, I look here that 2 has a pair, then there is one 3 and then 13 has a pair. So what does it mean? 3 is alone here. So I am going to multiply both the sides with 3. So 2028 multiplied by 3, we get 6084. So that means I need to find out the square root of 6084. For that I will pull one number from each pair, that is 2 into 3 into 13, which gives me 78. Next number is 1458. Here we can see that 2 is alone and all the 3's, they are having the pair with one another. So I am going to multiply 1458 with 2 and my right hand side with also 2 to make a complete pair. So 1458 into 2 gives me 2916. So square root of 2916 means 2 into 3 into 3 into 3, which is 54. Next, prime factors of 768. Now here 2 has the pair with it, but 3 is standing alone. It doesn't have any partner. So we will multiply both the sides with 3. So 1458 multiplied by 3 gives me 2304, and square root of 2304 will be 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 into 3, which is 48. Question number 6. For each of the following numbers, find the smallest whole number by which it should be divided so as to get a perfect square. Also find the square root of the following square numbers so obtain. So method is same. Earlier we were multiplying it, they were telling us to multiply. Now we have to divide it. Rule is same. So let us find out which is the missing pair here. 252 has 2 pair, 3 pair, but 7 is alone. That means I need to divide my both sides by 7. That means 252 divided by 7 gives me 36. On my right hand side, I will cut 7 because I have to divide 7 in the numerator, 7 in the denominator. I can cancel. So I am left with 2 into 2 into 3 into 3. So square root of 36, I need to take one number from the pair, 2 into 3, that is 6. 2925. Here we have 3 as a pair, 5 as a pair, but 13 is alone. So I need to divide the numbers with 13. My left hand side 2925 divided by 13 gives me 225. On my right hand side I have 3 into 3 into 5 into 5 into 13. When I divide by 13, both gets cancelled. So I am left with only 3 pair and 5 pair. For square root of 225, I can pull 3 and 5, that is 15. Next is 396. For this, 11 is alone. 11 alone means I have to divide both sides by 11. 396 divided by 11 gives me 36. And 2 into 2 into 3 into 3 into 11 divided by 11, it will happen that 11 can be cancelled and I can say that it becomes 2 into 2 into 3 into 3. So square root of 36, I will pull 1 2 and 1 3, that is 2 into 3, that is 6. 2 6 4 5. Now here 5 is alone but 23 has a pair. So I need to divide by 5 on both the sides. So it becomes 2645 divided by 5 gives me 529. And on my right hand side I am left with only 23 into 23. So square root of 529 is 23. Next 2800. Let's see into it. Now 2 has a pair, another 2 also has a pair and 5 has a pair but 7 is alone. So both the sides I will divide by 7. 2800 divided by 7 gives me 400. On my right hand side 7 gets cancelled. So I am left with 2 pairs, another 2 pair and 5 pair. I will pull 1 1 1 for finding the square root of 400. It means 2 into 2 into 5, that is 20. Next number is 1620. Here in this, while doing prime factors, I could notice that 5 is alone. It doesn't have a pair. So I need to divide both the sides by 5. 1620 divided by 5 gives me 324. So on my right hand side, I am left with 2 pair, 3 pair and 3 pair. So I can pull 1 1 1. So 2 into 3 into 3. So square root of 324 gives me 18. Question number 7. The students of class 8th of a school donated rupees 2401 in all for Prime Minister's National Relief Fund. Each student donated as many rupees as the number of students in the class. Find the number of students in the class. So that means the amount should be same. It means we need to find out the square root of 2401. Let's see the prime factors. It is the multiples of 7. So it has 7 into 7 into 7 into 7. I can pull 1 7 from each to get 49. So square root of 2401 is 49. Next, 2025. Plants are to be planted in the garden in such a way that each row contains as many plants as number of rows. So same number of rows and same number of plants it should be there, which means I need to find out the square root of 2025. I could see that 3 has a pair, one more 3 has a pair and 5 has a pair. So 3 into 3 into 5 gives me 45. So number of rows and plants will be 45. Find the smallest square number which is divisible by each of the numbers 4, 9 and 10. For doing this question, we need to find out the LCM of 4, 9 and 10. Now here if you see the factors 2 into 2, it is in a pair, 3 into 3, it is in a pair and 5 is alone. When 5 has no pair, that means the number has to be multiplied by 5 to make it a perfect square. What is my LCM? 180. So 180 multiplied by 5 is equal to 900. Find the smallest number that is divisible by each of the numbers 8, 15 and 20. Let's find its LCM. So we can see here 2 has a pair. There is 1, 2 alone, 3 alone and 5 alone. LCM is 120. Now 2, 3, 5 has no pair with it. So the required smallest number for a square form is 120 multiplied by 2, the remaining numbers, into 3 into 5. That gives you 3600. That's all for this exercise, children. It is very simple. Just do the prime factors very carefully and see that how many squares are there or how many pairs are there. Number of pairs it has, you have to pull one from each number and multiply to find out the square root of those numbers. It was very simple, children. Thank you so much for watching the video till the end. If you have any doubt in any of the questions, you can always mention me in the comment section, or else you can email me also. Very soon I am going to come with the next video. Till then, see you children. Goodbye. Take care.